Hey guys, today I have a review of S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Phil Coulson's Lola. For those of you who don't know, Lola stands for Levitating Over Land Automobile. Lola is a cherry red 1962 Chevrolet Corvette, and this particular model of it is based on how it appears in the LEGO Marvel's Avengers video game. The Agent Coulson minifigure that I'll be using with this review is from Muddy River Minifigures, and I have a separate video of that if you're interested in seeing that more closely. I have to say, the front design is absolutely my favorite part of this model, so let's start with that. The headlights are simulated using minifigure binocular pieces on each side. That's a really cool use of a minifigure accessory. What's even more cool is the use of the minifigure skate pieces as the bumper detail. You'll see later that it's also used for the back bumper too. The lower part of the bumper detail uses a bucket handle piece that's held up by a modified plate with a clip. There are some creative building techniques throughout this model, such as how the front grille area was done. These pieces inside are actually panel pieces that are mounted sideways onto bracket pieces in the back. The skates are attached to modified bricks that are mounted sideways, so the back, the anti-stud side, is facing out to accept the skates. These are very good use of slope pieces to provide it a gentle curve towards the bottom center. The hood, the top of the hood, is smoothed out nicely using a combination of slope and tile pieces. This is a good use of the window piece, especially for this particular model, and I like how the side mirrors are integrated right underneath. I think this area is supposed to represent the side vents of where the engine heat is allowed to escape. It doesn't look particularly that good, but it is done up in an interesting way. These are actually two 1x2 grill pieces laid on top of one another on opposite sides. If you're interested in learning more of how it's held together, I urge you to review the design from the LDD file that I'll be providing in the description below. Standard doors on either side don't happen to open up all that well, but they look fine. And the side skirts are actually attached in a very unique way. All of these 1x2 modified plate pieces with the rail is recessed by half a stud, and it's perpendicular to, well, attached perpendicularly to the jumper pieces on top of it. This allows the side skirts to be, well, allows it to stay flush with the body of the car. There's just a little bit of interior detail in there, and I think it's sufficient. There's a steering wheel, and there should be levers attached to these 1x1 modified plates on either side, but I don't have those pieces, so I didn't include them onto the build itself. And normally I think those are supposed to represent the manual shifters. There's some light bluish gray pieces for some trim detail, and a fairly large curved slope piece back here to represent the seat chair cushion. There's a little gap back there for the convertible roof to retract into. It doesn't actually have a functioning retractable convertible roof, but I like how the detail was still considered. There's long pieces covering most of the rear trunk area, which is recessed back by half a stud using jumper pieces. This gives the car a slightly offset look for some added depth. A 1x2 slope piece represents the license plate area with a combination of 1x1 round studs and tiles to simulate the reverse lights and brake lights. Here is the bumper detail again with these skates that are attached by the same technique as the front. There are a few slope pieces at the bottom here for a tapering effect towards the center body of the car. Now let's take a little look at the wheels. These are important because it can do this. Yes, it can go into flight mode. The transforming mechanism is put together just like how it is from the video game. From the sides, you'll see that a combination of Technic lift arms and pneumatic T-bars are used as the driving force behind this ability. The problem is that it provides a little bit too much range of motion, and there really isn't anything to help lock things into place. As a result, in driving mode, the wheels tend to rub against the wheel fenders, which doesn't allow the vehicle to roll really well. However, this doesn't bother me too much because this is more of a display model than a toy. Another nitpick is that there are also certain areas of the build that would be considered too fragile in the hands of a child, which also isn't a problem for me because I'm a collector and it will be placed in the area with Agent Coulson for the purpose of display. And here's a quick comparison between Lola and the shield truck from Lego that was released a little while back. And as you can see, the length of both vehicles are about the same, and the difference being in mostly the height and also the width. I'm happy with adding this Lola model to my Lego collection, and I hope you were entertained with this review. Please let me know what you think of this custom Lego Lola model inspired by the Lego Marvel's Avengers video game by leaving a comment below. And until next time, happy building!